Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Recently I've been thinking about my next long flight, so I was checking if I was not missing anything, including the products I need to do my beauty routine on the plane. I've been able to gather everything that I need, so I wanted to share this with you. I started to do a beauty routine on long flights many years ago when I went on a trip to Australia. It was not my first long flight, but to go to Australia from Paris, and I was going to Melbourne. From the time you leave the airport to the time you reach the Melbourne airport, 24 hours have passed. So when I realized that, before getting on the plane, I thought I need to do something for my skin on the plane, otherwise my skin is going to freak out. Obviously I had a stop, but the stop was not that long and it was still 2 long flights. When I reached my destination, my best friend was waiting for me. She lives in Australia, and when she saw me, she told me, "You are the first person that I know coming from the other side of the world who arrives with such a good looking, healthy skin as if you slept in your own bed." And I did not sleep in the flight at all. I stayed awake for 24 hours. I can't sleep on flights. So all that she saw on my skin was clearly my skincare routine, which on a flight is not that complicated, but still I can see the result. My skin looks much more better when I reach my destination when I do that simple but effective routine. When I know I'm going on vacation for more than a week, regarding my hair, I make sure to have an African hairstyle, whether it is with my own hair like medium-sized twist or mini twist, or an African hairstyle with extension added, especially if I want to have some colors on my hair. And I do that so I don't have to worry about taking care of it during the trip, as I would only need a very minimal hair care routine for 1 or 2 weeks. So that way I don't have to bring all my hair products with me, and I have more space on my luggages to bring other things with me. Regarding my nails, when I go on a flight, obviously I do my nails before the flight. I will make sure to use a good top coat, but I make sure to travel with a nude color or a very natural color, because during a travel you have to carry your suitcase, you have to run from one place to another, so accidents can happen with your nails. And I think that if your nail polish is chipping, it's more forgiving. When you have a nude color on your nails, it's not that obvious. And when I reach my destination, if I want to use other colors, then I will do my nails again. The day I'll go to the airport, I will use an anti-perspirant and not a regular deodorant on my armpits, because obviously if you are on a long flight, you don't want to smell, but you would also prefer to perspire less than normal. And I know that some people don't like to have aluminum in their antiperspirant, but actually it is the only ingredient that reduces the amount of sweat. Products who do not contain aluminum are only deodorant. So the one I will use is this one from VICHY. I like it because it does not contain any alcohol and any fragrance which can irritate my skin. I don't want to smell and I don't want to sweat, or I want to limit sweat. So I can do this with this product. It is enough for me. It works. For long flights, and usually when I say long flights, it is above 5 hours, I never go to the airport with makeup on. I hate to have makeup on a long flight, so I focus on my skincare. The day before the flight, I will do my evening skincare routine, which includes exfoliation. I don't exfoliate every night, but a day before my flight, I will make sure to do this evening skincare routine, which includes exfoliation. So the day of my flight, let's say I'll go to the airport and it is daytime, I'll go with my regular morning skincare routine. You can see that on my previous videos. So I go to the airport barefaced with my morning skincare routine, and the last step of my morning skincare routine obviously is going to be sunscreen, especially if I go on a plane, because with the altitude you get more sun rays, so you have to be more careful to use sunscreen during the flight, especially if you're flying during daytime. So just before entering the plane, I will probably apply an extra layer of sunscreen on my face. On the flight, I make sure to drink more water than I usually do, because you suffer much more easily from dehydration when you are on a flight. If you watch my channel, you know that I have extremely dry lips, so I will use a lip balm, and Aquaphor is one that I like a lot, but if I go to a very hot place, Aquaphor tends to become liquid, and the one I like to use in this case is the Dr. Sam's Bunting Lip Balm, although it is more expensive, because the texture does not change or barely changes even if the temperature is quite high. So since I like to go on vacation to really warm places, I like to use this lip balm with me and use it on the plane and reapply it as needed. On the plane during daytime, I will probably wear my sunglasses because my eyes can be sensitive, so I often need to use sunglasses when there is too much light, when things are too bright, especially if I am exhausted already by the flight and by the time difference. So I make sure to wear sunglasses a lot during the flight. On the flight, I will probably be sitting next to the window because I need to see the sky when I am on the flight. So I receive a lot of sunlight and a lot of sun rays, which is why I will reapply my sunscreens during the first few hours of the flight. I would wear my sunglasses and reapply my lip balm. I would eat, I would drink more than usual, and when the sky starts to get dark, then it's time to eat. I will have my dinner, and when I'm done, I will take care of my skin. Here I have all I need for my simplified skincare routine on a plane. I'm gonna focus only on the most 3 important steps of any skincare routine, which I have already talked about in detail in a previous video, so check it out if you are interested. First, I will use a hand sanitizer on my hands to make sure to not put any bacteria on my face. I will rinse out my hands with water because I don't want the alcohol from the sanitizer to touch my face, because I am extremely sensitive to alcohol. So I make sure to rinse my hands well to get rid of the hand sanitizer. Then with a cotton pad, I'm gonna clean my face with this product from Bioderma. It is the micellar water, which I always talk about. This one is the small version. There is 100 millimeter in this. It is more than enough for a flight, and 100 millimeter is the maximum amount you can take for each individual bottle on a flight. So you can use this on the flight. Now let's rinse the Bioderma water with spring water or bottled water that I put here. I don't put tap water on my face because it does break me out, so that will be spring or bottled water to rinse out the micellar water. I'm going to moisturize my face with this liquid hydrating toner by the brand Q+A. It's not a new product for me. I really like it. That's not a product that I usually use every single day, but since you get more dehydrated on the plane, I will use that to get extra moisture, but not too much. I have oily skin, so I have to be careful not to use too much moisture, but on a flight I need more than normal. So I will use this product first, which is really deeply hydrating, and on my oily skin I can even sometimes use this on its own and my skin will feel more moisturized. After that, I will use my regular face moisturizer. So I would put a small amount in this packaging. And then on another similar packaging, I will put some of my evening eye cream. Actually, that's not really an eye cream. It is a face cream, which I currently use in the evening around my eye area. I use two different products because my eye area needs more moisture, so that's why I have two different products. And I don't need to put anything on it to recognize them because the products look different, so I know which one is which. When I'm done with the skin on my face, I will of course apply my lip balm. I'm gonna moisturize my hands. And in a perfect world, I will fall asleep. But as I said at the beginning of the video, I can't sleep on the flight. So I will just probably listen to music. During the flight, if I still feel that I need extra moisture, I will spray some liquid toner on my face as much as needed. If it is night time where I am going, then before landing, I will redo again the same routine. If when I reach my destination, it is daytime, and for sure I will be in a hot, warm, sunny destination, then I will do my very simplified morning skincare routine. Again, I will sanitize my hands, clean my face with Bioderma, rinse the Bioderma water with spring water. For the evening, around my eyes, I used a heavy cream. And for the morning, I prefer a different texture that tends to not migrate to my eyes. I wear contact lenses, so unfortunately, many eye cream tends to migrate to my eyes and they tend to leave residue on my very expensive contact lenses. This product from Neostrata, which I have been using for a couple of months, does not do that, so I really like this product. It moisturizes properly and it dries out pretty quickly without leaving any residue on my eye contacts. Now let's apply my sunscreen. Sometimes I'll get out of a plane without using any makeup, but if for some reasons I feel the need to have some makeup, I will do again a very minimalist makeup routine with only 3 products to make me look a little bit more alive after a long flight and no sleep. So on top of the sunscreen, I will take care of my eyebrows. What you see now on my camera is my makeup routine where I use 2 eyebrow mascara to get this look. On the plane, I will only use 1 product that will give definition to my eyebrows, but not as much as what you're seeing now. For my lips, I will use a brownish pink lipstick that is moisturizing and that looks natural on me. And on my cheeks, I will use a blush. Actually, this is an eyeshadow from Kiko, but I love the color, so I use it as a blush. It is pigmented enough, but less pigmented than my other blushes. And that's actually good in my opinion for this occasion, because on the plane, I will not get the best light. And with this product, it is very unlikely that I apply too much. Obviously, when I am done with all of that, I will clean my hands with my Bioderma micellar water and will moisturize my hands with the same hand product by Cerave. When I am on a plane, I don't use perfume because I don't want to bother other people with my fragrance. I personally do not like to smell every people's fragrance on the plane, but of course I always have a sample of my favorite fragrance which I will apply before leaving the plane. And then I am ready to reach my destination. I would like you to tell me if you have any routine on a long flight, even something simple as making sure that you drink more water than usual, because you should do that. Do you have any specific product you like to take on the plane? Are you taking the plane this summer to go on vacation? Have you been on vacation yet? I have not. I'm gonna go later. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.